So my dude's Valk here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do a mill deck. If you guys don't know what a mill deck is, basically it is a deck that's self-feeding. The two characters I can do it the best is Shion, obviously with Dark, and then Ramaris with Light. The way it works is they have cards that changes Soul of Secrets into Soul of Divine Protection, increases all Light allies attack by 10%. Basically you can do this to run a permanent 10% attack up. And then whenever we go with the Shion, she does the same thing, but instead of secrets, it's skills into Divine Protection, increases all allies' secret skill gauge by 18%. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to run a conquest. We're going to run against Geld because it is a quick one, and you guys can see exactly how the mill deck goes whenever it gets running. As long as we don't get crapped out by RNG, which we have the past couple of takes of me trying to record this video, we'll be fine. As long as you don't get a ton, and I do mean a ton of orange cards. You can manage about 2 to 3 orange cards a turn. Anything more than that, this deck's going to fall apart. But this is a very consistent deck, quote unquote. It's probably going to turn the orange here just to spite me. At 3 is not bad, that's manageable. So since we see we have mostly green, we can't do that yet. We're going to go ahead and turn to, what do we have here? We have a bunch. Actually, we're going to just use his cards, because the main thing right now is to burn the cards and try to get the protection going, trying to get the mill started. That way we can keep turning the cards. Okay, now we're going to use Millum to go ahead and convert it and trying to get more gauge. So we go ahead and use Millum. We're going to turn now. This is why we save this skill, so we can do it on this turn. And now we're going to burn this. Now you can see the mill has started. Now the mill has started, and we should be able to get some really good damage going in the next couple turns, unless we get nothing other than orange cards like we have been doing. You can see the majority of cards we've been getting is orange, because anytime I try to record something for YouTube, the game says, F you, you're going to be doing this for an hour just to get something that you do on the average. So it's very painful doing YouTube. So here we have pure Millum. We're just going to bop, bop, bop. Actually, we have enough? No, we don't have enough. What we could have done there, I was trying to see if we had enough to go ahead and pop it. That way we could get a turn 2 going. But normally you would get not completely orange cards, so you could actually do it. You get a hand similar to this, so you could actually start the mill up and running. Here we are going to use you, question mark? Not yet. Not yet. So instead we're just going to use the greens. And now the mill is back on track. He's almost dead though, so the mill really has not looked that impressive because we've got nothing, once again, nothing but orange cards. And the way it works, it's just a big old middle finger anytime, you get too many. So we're going to turn this green. The reason we're going to turn this green is because the protection meter is actually pretty high already, so we can do this, pop this. We can do this. We turn everything blue now. And now we're going to go ahead and actually we're going to give you a little something we might be able to finish right here, to be honest. So we're going to bop, 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 bop. And you can watch the damage that's about to come out. So we use Millum. Then we use Diablo for the big hit because he has the attack up, and that's why we use Diablo. And then we use Diablo's skill, and that's final attack. That's how this team works. This team's very, very powerful. Once the mill gets running, it's self-feeding. You can see I actually had Shion back up, ready to be pressed again to fully convert an entire hand over to blue. I just have to make sure I don't have any orange. And that's why you run 2 orange converters alongside a DPS with this team. It could be any 2 orange converters, just the only 2 I know off the top of my head that at least I have are Earth, Millum, and Sue. Sue actually has another ability that makes him really, really good for this. I didn't really get to showcase it there because normally these fights don't go on long enough to actually use it. But he has this skill right here. Increases all allies' defense by 21%. Increases Soul of the Divine Protection damage until the end of battle by 5%, max 100. If you can pop this multiple times, if you can get this running, then you can stack up some crazy damage. It goes all the way up to 100%. So you can do some crazy freaking damage with this. It's just I have no real need for it right now because the fights are so short, especially Geld. Geld is a boss where you melt and do all sorts of stuff. But this is an OP mill team. This is what a mill team is. It's mill is a terminology in card games where you're making a mill deck, and mill deck is meant to burn through cards as fast as possible. It's not always the most optimal the way you burn through cards, but that's not the point. The point is to just burn them and deal as much damage as possible. So I call this a mill deck because it's very similar. This is how you do a really OP mill deck. It should help you guys do a lot of conquest if you happen to get the Shion, or if you have Remerus. I would highly suggest checking this deck out. Maybe it helps you guys out. If you guys have any questions, leave it in the comment section below. Other than that, thank you guys for watching as always. I'll catch you guys in the next one, and peace.